Hello guys, CryptoMainly here. Lee just wanted to give you a quick update on the indicator lab. So we got obviously the 5 custom indicators, guys, and obviously this is one of those indicators, which is the EMA crossover probabilities. And as you can see, we had it the actual readouts. So from the inputs, we had the readouts here, but as you can see, it's really messy. It sort of overlaps itself. It's just not very good visually. And if you change from time frames and things, it stacks on top of each other sometimes. If you change, particularly if you change into different assets and things, it starts overstacking itself and things. So there is an update for this one. Okay, so this is what it looks like now. Okay, so instead of it being all cluttered and clustered, it's at the top here. So the way that you use this indicator, guys, for those of you that don't know, is it's basically you put your you put your sort of moving averages in here, so you can either select EMA or SMA, which is another upgrade to this indicator. Previously it was just EMAs, but now you can select EMA or SMA. You select the fast or the slow length, okay, and then what that does is it gives you on the bucket there, it gives you a list of the probabilities of based on the bucket. So you can see here. Okay, so you can see here where it says the bins here, guys, these are customizable bins. And what that does then is up on the chart there, as it tells you. So, for example, on this chart we're looking at now, you can see that we're looking at the EMA 21 and 55 cross. And what we're looking at here is the percentage threshold and the likelihood of reaching that threshold. So as you can see on a daily time frame, these values are very high. Obviously, just for 2.2%, the values are very high that it will reach that. But as if you choose, if you let's say for example go on a lower time frame, so the 4 hour, it will give you the average of the probability of actually reaching that. So there's a 76% chance that you get to 2.2% win on a bullish cross. Okay, so you've got bull cross, 76% chance of a 2.2% increase. And obviously these are customizable. So if you put in there, say for example 5, it will tell you what the chances are of you getting that. And it's you can 50% of the time actually it does reach 5% on there. So looking at a 4 hour time frame, and we're looking at the 21 cross and the 55, so it makes sense that you get a big move like that. But of course we're trying to narrow it down and trying to get the best moves. I think that once you sort of get below about 70%, then you're sort of into danger territory. So it's good. As you can see, you can customize these, as I say, and you can obviously just pop that onto like an hourly chart, for example, and it will tell you, you've only got a 65% chance of a 1.2% move, following the cross, in a bullish cross. Okay, so clearly you'd want to be, reducing that to bring the probabilities up. So, a 0.5% move, there's almost a 90% chance of you getting a 0.5% move on that crossover. So, very useful tool, guys. Obviously, it gives you direction and it also tells you the probability of you reaching these the bins of objective, if you like. Okay, I have added a couple of things, as you can see. You can see average bars to extreme, so you got 13 and 13. So bull and bear very similar on a 1 hour time frame. If you go to different time frames, you usually find that they're different. So on a bear on a bullish time frame on a 4 hour, it's 19 bars and 12 bars on the bearish side of things. So um, maximum bars to the extreme. This is the maximum amount that it's moved. And obviously, what I've done here is I've put down the bull and the bear. So you've got an end value there. So basically, what this is saying is the input of less than 40 bars. So 90% of the move happens in less than 40 bars. So 90% of the extreme move happens in less than 40 bars. And the N2, if you like, so N1 is first, N2 is 30. So on a bull, you just be a little bit careful, guys, because of the way that the graph is set out here. But this is the bullish side. So 40, less than 40 is 90%, and less than 30 is about 80%. Okay, so it's telling you basically that 90% of the maximum moves happen within 40 bars, and the average bars to the extreme is 19. Okay, bearish is the same. Obviously, you've got N1 and N2. Again, those are customizable in here. So you've got where are we? So there you go. So bull time to extreme, bull time to extreme. So what that's measuring is how long it takes to get to the extreme of the move before before it pivots, and the same on the bearish move. So you can customize these, as I say. So you've got small inputs at the top, and then you've got the maximums and variations of how much probabilities are that depending on the time frame that's passed, what's the probability of you actually getting to those extremes within those time frames. Okay, guys, so that's something I've added on, so it's become a much more powerful tool. You can see just from looking at this that the moving averages are miles apart from each other, and we're in a downtrend now. The downtrend is getting wider, so it's actually accelerating to the downside. Okay, so just visually anyway, it's very useful. Okay, and I'm just going to pop that on pause now. So that will be the update for you guys. Just one thing before you update to the chart, obviously delete it off your chart completely, and then re-add it, rather than just update it. It always works better. But just all I'd say is if you've got your settings, how you like them, then just do a screenshot of things of your original settings, because obviously this was all reloading default settings that I've set. So obviously you can tune it into whatever asset you're looking at, and all this is all variable, as I say. Okay, so that's that. Okay, and then additionally, this is a custom indicator which I've built in the last few weeks, which basically will show you, if you look at a daily time frame, for example, what it does is the colors of the candles in like basic terms, the colors of the candles tell you when to buy and when to sell. What you'll see is the colors, for example, when they start light green, and as they get darker and deeper into the greens, that means that the move is actually starting to exhaust. The yellows would suggest that there's potentially a reversal, or that the price is very choppy in that range. But you'll see, the yellows actually do, quite clearly indicate when you get, the reversals here. So on a daily time frame, this is optimized for daily, 4 hour, and 1 hour. Okay, so you can go down to the hourly, and it will show you, what the actual statistics in the background are measuring, just to tell you whether it's whether we're in a bull or bearish chop. You can see from the bottom there, when it's like a light red, and it gets deeper and deeper into the red when it starts to as the move becomes more intense, shall we say. So more intense color means more intense, and more intense the move. Okay, and then as it gets to the bottom, you'll see actually there was a little bit of a pause there where we got a little bit of an uptick. So we've gone from the red color there to like an orange color, and then we got like a little bit of an uptick. But obviously we're not looking for those moves. We're looking for clearer indications than that. And obviously all of the variables in here are customizable as well, guys. But you can see again, if you were coming down here, this started to go to orange, and then obviously then plummeted back down even further. So nothing's perfect, guys, but you can see when it's at the bottom here, you start getting the orange colours. It's saying that this move is starting to it's to lose momentum, and obviously gain to the upside there. And as you can see, so it gives you a really clear visual indication. This isn't something you can use. Well, I suppose it is something that you can use in isolation, but it's something which will add to your toolkit of that you use to trade. And all that I'd say is what this is telling you is the intensity of perhaps how enthusiastic you are, and like your position sizing. So it will give you as you get deeper and deeper into the as the colours change from red to green, obviously they start to get deeper into colour. You might decide to add to your position, particularly like, for example, here there's a good example there. If you come up to you come up to resistance, and you show that, and you're seeing that it's green, a little bit of chop, but then obviously it goes into the green again, and you might increase your position size. If you've entered down here from the breakout down the bottom, this sort of move here, if you've broken the range and then we break this top range, you may have decided to add to your position there as we go up, as I say. So again, guys, don't use it in isolation. It's something to use in addition to the other tools that we use. And obviously we've got, with all of the indicators that we use, this is starting to become a very powerful set of tools that you can use all together, so that you can sort of give yourself a better chance of being a more profitable trader, basically. So As I say, guys, no tool is 100%, nothing's perfect, but it is, I think you'll agree that once you start to use it, you'll see it really does give you some clear indications of when you should be doing and what, what you should be doing, um, where and when, basically. So, this is two of the indicators. The other indicators. So, what with the other indicators that we use with, the volume profile and the hybrid RSI and stochastic hybrid tool that we use, in addition to this, collectively using these all together, you've got a really powerful suite of tools to be able to um, help you in the market. So hopefully you enjoy that, guys. The custom indicators are all free. If you're in the VIP group, they are free of charge. So please make sure if that you're using them. If you want to, obviously, just send me a direct message with the Telegram name, and I'll add you into the invite, and we'll send you an invite script. Add it onto your chart, and then you're good to go. Okay, guys, thanks very much for listening. All the best. Take care. Speak to you soon.